Hi, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the cost of renting, whether that be a home or an apartment, some sort of condo. I wanted to see whether or not the cost of renting has gone up tremendously in 2025, 2026. Let's see what people are saying in the clips that I provide, and let me know in the comments down below, guys, in the comment section, what your thoughts are. Okay, let's watch these clips.
Have landlords lost their minds? My roommate moved out a few months ago, so I currently live in a 2-bed, 2-bath by myself. And the price that I am paying for rent for a 2-bed, 2-bath with 2 parking spaces is the same amount of money I would be paying for a studio in Los Angeles, California. I feel like our whole perspective is warped because I hear people talking about, oh, I found a studio for $2,000. What a good deal. I just can't even process what is happening with rent costs in LA and also around the whole country. How is anybody affording rent? How?
Let's go ahead and look at some of these comments and see what people are saying. So, girl, we paid $1,300 just for a studio. It is a new build, but it's insanity. We're being robbed. I mean, $1,300 isn't too bad, but again, it's like what she's saying, like we just don't know what the prices are that are fair anymore because relatively everything has gone up. When you're paying so much in rent, how are you supposed to save for a house? Exactly. We moved from SoCal to South Carolina last year. Rent went from $2,600 for a small 2-bedroom apartment to $2,600 for a huge 4-bed house. That is pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. I do still think that depending on where you live, where you move, like it is relatively cheaper than certain places. But overall, like maybe 2,600 now was 1,300 back then in South Carolina. We don't know.
Let me stop you right there, because why are people keep saying that it makes more sense to rent an apartment or a condo than buying? Because I don't get that. I'm 23 years old. I live in Washington State and my lease is up in February. My boyfriend and I pay over $2,500 a month to rent an apartment, and we're over it, and we're going to buy something in February because I mean, it's a crazy goal, but it's not completely unachievable, and I am really excited about it. So I just wanted to start the conversation, bring you guys along with me, and maybe tour some places together and kind of see how this goes. The goal is to save $10,000 by February. So yeah, that's crazy. But what's crazier is giving so much money to rent and it's just disappearing.
So I completely agree with her. Whenever you're paying rent, all of that money is just lost, and it can be devastating to think of because you're just like you're working so hard and you're paying such high rent and you just know you're not going to get that back. But let's look at the comments and see what people are saying. It's mostly the utilities, the cost of upkeeping a house that makes it more expensive to own than rent. So true. So when I first moved into my home, I found out that the AC and cooling unit was broken. So yeah, $15,000. It was just ridiculous. Hi, it's me. This describes me exactly. I own 4 homes. Every single one, despite extensive inspections, has had major costly issues. One had a landslide. I enjoy apartment living because I don't have to worry about fixing it anymore. And if the place becomes unlivable, that's my landlord's problem. Totally agree there. That's one thing I miss about living in an apartment, is that everything that went wrong or could go wrong would not be your responsibility. You just had to call your landlord and they had to figure it out.
My rent just went from $1,360 to $3,900 a month.
Wow, that is freaking ridiculous. From $1,360 to $3,900 a month? Who has the money to pay for that? Let's see what the comments are saying. It's crazy how they look at your income to qualify you for an apartment, but you don't have to consider income to qualify for a rent increase. So totally true. They just do whatever they want. It doesn't matter. Once they have you hooked in a contract, it's just bam. Like they have the right to do what they want. Somebody said this should be illegal. I agree. I don't even make $3,900 a month. Wow, it's just insane. Like, how could rent go up more than 200%? That's insane.
So I need to come up with $4,000 by April 20th in order to secure a cheaper apartment that I'm looking into. They want $250 per cat for a pet deposit. Why do I have 3 cats? $120 for the application fee already. I saw someone else do this on TikTok with their student debt. She went live and everybody donated roses and she was able to pay off $20,000 in student debt. I think 1 rose counts as $1, so if I get 4,000 roses, I can move into my apartment. That is more affordable. Do I think this is gonna work? Absolutely not.
Let's look at what the comments are saying. You know how many people I know living in their cars now? Okay, so I mean, the girl is trying. It's tough. She's coming out asking for help because she's in a tight situation. And I understand her. Like, nobody wants to live in their car though. It's unfortunate that everybody, I know so many people, and there's like videos showing like everyone is living in their cars. It's tight on everybody right now. But certainly, like, there's still a little hope that we can do a little good for somebody, you know. Sell stuff in your current living space, like decor, furniture. All of us are struggling. So people are kind of really salty. They're really upset about her asking for help. She does kind of have a nice apartment, but still, like, this could have all happened. Certainly we all decorate our homes. We have things that we collect over the years, but doesn't necessarily mean she's in a well-off position. She might be better off than a lot of people, but it doesn't necessarily mean she's not struggling more than others. And if somebody that's doing better off than her wants to do a little good, then let them do a little good. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed these videos that I make. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Really appreciate the support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.